kind of like a 488, you know, that gnarly Ferrari look, 458. I don't know Ferraris, what am I talking about? It's a secret. Little pancakey, dude. I really don't. Hey guys, I'm Chris and this is FlyRyde, where you're going to learn more about the parts, techniques, and the business of building custom lights. And right now the subject at hand is our Stage 2 Nissan GTR DEPO lights. We get so many requests for GTR guys that are saying, hey, can I just send you my old lights and then you make them look like the new ones? Up until now I've had to say, no dude, you gotta first spend the $3 grand on OEM, then you can pay us to do the modifications to them. The coolest thing ever, when we found out we could actually modify the DEPO lights, that the parts were the same, that we could offer the same stage 1, 2, and 3 builds for those lights as we did for the OEM, it made me super happy because I knew that more customers would be interested in buying the DEPO lights because they want that look, they want that upgrade, but they don't want the price tag of the OEM lights. So really quick, stage 2, stage 3, stage 1, what does it all mean? It just has to do with how many parts we've packed inside these lights. And in this case, stage 2 really just focuses on color changing. You've got your base upgrades that are found in stage 1, but then we add in things like the color changing lightning bolt or the color changing demon eye. So that's what you're seeing in the background right here. Let's take a closer look at it right now. There's just a lot of crazy customizations you can do. And with these new DEPO lights, it just looks killer with that step. I think with it being painted black like that, it really just gives that crazy, kind of like a 488, you know, that gnarly Ferrari look, 458. I don't know Ferraris, what am I talking about? If I want to change the color of the lightning bolt, I can just drag my finger around, let's just set it to yellow, and now we've got a cool yellow color. Take the number 1, drag that around, set it to red. Now we've got yellow and red. If we want to reverse that, we'll drag that down there, that up there. Wow. So you can just do anything you want with just this touch screen, and then there's a bunch of different modes, all sorts of themes, things like that you can mess with. You can even have one theme set to the bolt and a different theme set to the demon eyes. Look, at the end of the day, these lights aren't cheap no matter what. There's still a couple grand for a set of lights before we even touch them to do modifications. So you might be asking yourself, why would anybody spend that much money on lights? So I have a couple answers for that. Number 1 is just to look different. And how many people have that set of lights back there on their car? Goose egg, man. Nobody's got those lights. That's the first set ever modified from DEPO. So I think it's safe to say, if you're trying to be unique, that's probably the easiest way to do it when it comes to the lighting on the Nissan GTR. Number 2, easiest thing you could possibly do to make your old GTR look like a new one. If you got kids and you hand them an iPad and say, go nuts, change the colors, do whatever you want, I think my kid would think that's amazing. We actually have some footage that I'm gonna roll right now of a customer with his kid playing in the garage, changing colors. Check it out.
We have different transition modes, and all these are customizable as well.
So the parts that we use for these are going to be the Color Morph Demon Eyes as well as the XK Chrome controller. So click right there, that'll show you where you can get access to the parts if you just want to buy them to use them on another project that you have. Like I said, nobody has these things. Nobody's ever seen them installed on a car. As they sit right now, they're just on a bench. They're not even on a car. So that's going to be the next step. But we just wanted to share and bring you guys with us through the journey because that part right there is going to change the game, especially with the other new things that we have coming out for the GTR. So I'm excited. I hope that that impacts a lot of the customers that are watching, a lot of the other builders that are watching. You builders, get ready. If you want to work on GTRs, it's going to become a lot more possible to get your hands dirty soon. So even if you don't have a GTR and you just think these are cool parts, you want to learn how to use them, and you just want to learn more about the business side of things, what it takes to actually install this stuff and make money from it, you might consider hitting that little button right there, because that is how you're going to subscribe to the channel, and we'd love to see you around more often. Hey, All right, so we got the DEPO lights. We're going to tear into them for the very first time. I've never done it. I just want to get it done and see what the heck's in there, because I've sold a ton of these lights now and I haven't opened a single one until my boys over there gave me a set to play with, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's see how it goes. Turned it down so just in case the light doesn't work right.
5 minutes later.
Hear that?
2 very boring minutes later.
Oh, it's a tough one. Ah, it feels good though. What a weird ass sentiment. Blind, I don't even know what's in there. Yeah, check that out. It's pretty scary in there. Load resistor, all that is built in.
They do that on all their DEPO lights.
That's crazy. Cool. I would totally rather cook these things. Damn, bro, that is a straight up exact OEM LED setup. Dude, projectors are different. They asked me if I could make them right-hand drive, and I'm like, I don't know. Give me a set and we'll find out. And they did. How different factory shrouds are. Ooh, I wonder if that OEM bezel over there. Verdict says, dude, exact. Good stuff's about to happen. I'm gonna take even more parts off here. But the fact that the lenses are interchangeable with the OEM, as far as the internal pieces fitting inside of them, that's good. That's super, super good. Want to see something else cool? Check this out. Wow. Damn, look at those heat sinks. That's where all the money's at right there. Yep. Those LED turn signals are insane. So the LED turn signal for the new DEPO headlights, way brighter than factory. It's just crazy, ridiculously brighter. And because we can check them out, let's look at the projectors. So that looks like it's a completely different projector than the factory one, but what I don't know is if it is attached in the same exact mounting point, so we'll find out. I'm excited. That's the way. Check those out.
It's all about the optics.
So that is what makes things bright, not the LED. So we'll definitely send these boards off to get color changing, switch back, whatever. The main thing is that we have access to them, and it's going to be a continuous project now to make more options for these lights so that we can offer them in maybe like 4 or 5 different ways. But the big moment of truth right now is if the internal parts of the bezel are the same, and they look the same. 100%. So that's our sequential board, and that is the same exact looking cover. Alright guys, we got a lot more lights coming from DEPO that we're going to modify. So I know this was GTR and I know I do a lot of GTR stuff, but if you want to see more of them, 350Z, WRX, all that, smash that like button. We're going to get a lot more of these things going. Question of the day, if you could build any lights for any car out there, which one would it be? Comment below, let me know. And make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe. We'll see you next time.